everything you've got. Taking a break.
It's time to work on becoming an actor with David Sarcusa. David started his acting, screenwriting, and movie production career in 2021, producing his first full-length feature film, which he wrote, produced, and starred in The Uncivil War, America Divided, within a year of entering the business. He's the host of Becoming an Actor on the TAN Talk Radio Network. Now, here's your local, not yet famous, not quite Hollywood star, David Sarcusa.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
Hey, what do you mean not quite famous? That's right, I am not, but I am certain that one day, maybe 10, 20, 30 years from now, I will be famous. I am holding to that slim tiny little bit of hope. Everybody check us out. We're online, Facebook Live. Jump on there. Let's get some viewers on there. Let's get some comments. Let's get some likes. Whatever you're supposed to do on that Facebook Live stuff. Welcome to Becoming an Actor on the TAN Talk Radio Network on 1340 AM and 106.1 FM. Call in 727-441-3000, 727-441-3000. This is a very sad episode. I don't know if you're all aware of this or not, but we only have 2 episodes left on the TAN Talk Radio. It is this one and one other, and then unfortunately, we are gone. We'll be moving to a podcast / Facebook Live platform in 3 weeks. Because we will be shooting live from our new K75 Stunt Academy warehouse and offices. Hopefully it is going to be loud while we are shooting because there are going to be people doing stunts there, and that will be really cool. So before, and we might have a lot of impromptu guests that way too, because people are down there doing their stunt stuff. Maybe we'll call some of you up and get to do some live taping with you all. All right. Before we get to this week's guest, I went to OIF this weekend. Lots of fun. I'm always talking about festivals, or at least I have been recently, and that's going to be a theme of tonight's show. OIF, the Orlando Independent Filmmakers Festival this weekend in Orlando. Lots of fun. There were so many great people there, like Luke and Taylor Reether, or Reader, as he was called the entire night, Stephen Wilson, Kylie Nicole Peck, Sean Lawrence, Lexi Baca, and her sister's name, who I don't remember, and Christian, Amanda Jensen, Axel Aponte, Tom Quigley, Kaiser Gifford, Emma Otis, Graham Zielinski, Madeline Carsons, and so many more. Really sorry if I forgot to mention somebody. Don't hate me. I'm terrible with this stuff. I tried to think of everyone I could who was there. Hey, if you want to get mentioned, call in. I'll mention your name, okay? What can I do? And hey, there's Zachary Vasquez who's saying, hey, Brian, good to see you here. Well, thanks a lot, Zach. I mean, you go straight to Brian. Hey, I'm here, man. What the heck? I almost cursed on radio. You can't do that. So thanks a lot, Zach. Firing me up already. Yes, Brian is already here, but you're spoiling it, Zach. For the people who are listening on the radio, they're not supposed to know that Brian Williams is in the house yet. We're going to get to him in a minute. All right. So call in if you want to talk about OIF this weekend or anything else. Myra's Last Hope. Yeah, I got a bunch of nominations. Very proud because I had a little something to do with that. Very small, but a little something. Kaisa was Best Supporting Actress. Kaisa's mom, Stephanie, for Best Hair and Makeup. Tom for Best Lead Actor. Luke for Best Music. Best Editor, which he won. Best Cinematography, which he won. Best Story. He got all the good hardware. Madeline Carsons for Best Set Designer. She won. She was fabulous. I mean, she made it snow in Florida. I mean, come on, you got to win for that. Steven got nominated for Best Sound. Who else? Myers was nominated for Best Picture. Dade was nominated for Best Director. Didn't win. What? How is that possible? I probably didn't deserve it. I think we got a lot of great nominations. We had a lot of great winners, but there was a lot of really, really good competition. I was really impressed with the movies. Going in there, I was pretty confident. I'm like, we're going to walk away with a bunch of these. And we did. But when I saw the competition, I said, okay, we're not going to walk away with as much as I thought. So I was very excited. My first time directing, just to be nominated. I was thrilled. All right, so today's topics are going to be the Sunscreen Film Festival. I'm not to you yet, Brian. Hold on. And the Fear Fame Film Festival. So we're going to go with Fear Fame. Okay. Who named it Fear Fame? Come on. Heather, Joe, who was that? Because that's just tough to say 5 times really fast. The Fear Fame Film Festival. I feel bad. I did not mention it last week when I was talking about local festivals. But really, I blame Heather and Joe for that. Call in next time, huh? You should have been listening. That's your fault. You should have called in and said, where's the Fear Fame Film Festival? I got it right that time. That was pretty good. So I was not able to make it to last year's Fear Fame Festival. This is the second year, I believe, for the festival. It mostly focuses on local films, but it's got shorts, features, student films, documentaries, international, you name it. They've got it all. And right now, 50% off just because you are listening to this show right now. No, actually, it's just for St. Paddy's Day. So there's a St. Paddy's Day deal still going on, 50% off. Use the discount code Feeling Lucky, and you can say it's all because of me, because then Heather and Joe will like me better. So, and that's pretty much all I care about, is just being liked by people. It will be held on September 28th this year. Last year, it was held at the Look-In Cinema in Tampa, and that's where it's going to be again this year. So there you go. Heather and Joe, I apologize, didn't get it last week, but I got it this week for you guys. And we're also going to talk about the Sunscreen Film Festival. And in order to do that, guess who we have sitting here with us in the studio? Who is it, Zach? That's right. It's Brian. Brian Williams is here. Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really, really great. And also, too, like the nickname that I actually got at Sunscreen a couple years ago, it all just kind of started from my mentor. And, he basically came in and was like, we're going to call you Big B. So from that point on, they called me Big B at the film festival, and it's been great.
Okay, well, there you go. I had no idea. I'm learning stuff on the fly here. That's probably why Zach wanted to say hi to you, because you're Big B. So very cool. If I go to the Sunscreen Film Festival this year, will I get a nickname? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. You know what? Maybe. We're going to have to figure that out.
All right. Not that I'm pushing for it or anything, but, maybe you get some more free publicity if you guys give me a really cool nickname. Just throwing that out there. So, all right. So let's talk about the Sunscreen Film Festival. First of all, tell me, Big B, what sets the Sunscreen apart from other festivals, would you say?
I can say the one thing about Sunscreen is that when you really look at all the other festivals, right? We are the long and lasting Central Florida festival, right? Our workshops are really, really dynamic, and they're very diverse. So I love
the workshops. I'm going to stop you right there and say 100% agree with you on the workshops. I think they're fantastic.
The workshops is really what kind of shapes the whole festival, because here's the thing is, as a filmmaker, you want to learn from the greats. You want to learn from local, directors, producers, or people who are in the industry who are actually paving the way. So if you can sit very close in a room with those people and pick their brain, Sunscreen actually does that in a very, very great way. We kind of knock down the walls, and we make it very comfortable for the guest speakers to kind of just be relaxed and just talk to the people and say, hey, we're keeping it real with you. This is how we did it, and this is how we made it.
Now, how do you find those amazing people, those great guest lecturers that kind of come in and shape the dynamic of the festival?
So Dave DeBoard is our director of education. He's the one he's going out there and he's recruiting these industry people. He does it in an interview setting. He meets them at like Cannes. He is an instructor at UCLA. And he's been there for a very long time. He's also a producer. So as producers.
So is he a local guy? He's at UCLA. Is he out in California or is he here?
So actually, Dave used to be a film instructor at Southeastern University years ago. And he got a job being a film director out in California, and then he became a instructor out at UCLA. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now, is he out in California or is he in Florida now?
Actually, he lives in Nashville.
Okay. That wasn't one of the choices.
Yeah.
Though. Okay. So
he lives in Nashville.
He's living in Nashville. Okay. And so, but he's obviously still very involved
Very
in sunscreen.
involved with sunscreen. I like to call Tony and Dave uncle. Those guys have been around for a very long time, and I look up to them. And Dave is a really cool guy. And that's because of Dave. He's the one that really sets the tone for the workshops. That's why they love the workshops. They love coming to it. And some people, they just buy their ticket just to come to the workshop because they know how valuable it is.
That's me. That's me. I mean, it's not the only reason I go. I go for the nicknames. Yes. I go to meet people there because the networking is fantastic.
Right.
But I would say the number one reason that I wanted to go again this year is for the workshops because I really enjoyed them last year. I thought they were fantastic.
And honestly, what we have this year, it is super, super diverse. We have everything from movie and tech, the new technology that's coming out in the film industry. We actually have a programmers panel. So we're actually inviting all the programmers from all the film festivals in the Central Florida area to actually come and do a panel about what should a filmmaker look out for when they're submitting to the festival. That has been one of the biggest questions. It's like, hey, like I just created this one short or this one feature, but it didn't get in. Like, can you tell me like what did I do wrong, or if I didn't do anything wrong, what are you guys actually looking for? So we're actually going to cover all of that. We're bringing everyone together, and then we're just going to talk and say, hey, this is how you submit to us if you're looking to be at our festival. And
that's got to be a huge issue because I know I've already seen some people in Sunscreen and other festivals disappointed that they didn't get in, or disappointed that maybe they got nominated but they win for something, and it's always why didn't I thought my film was better than everybody else's. I saw that my film was better. What was it that set it apart? And it's frustrating. That would be true of anything. If you enter in a game, or you're playing a video game, or you're doing anything, you're working and you feel like you're doing well, but you don't win, or you don't get the result that you expected. Right. It's why didn't I? And it's natural because number one, you want to get better. And number two, it's frustrating if you thought you deserved something, but you didn't get it. And it can become, right? So I think that's going to be a fantastic panel. Now, who came up with that idea? Was that Dave? Was that Uncle Dave?
No. That was actually me and Doug Sherhart. We've been talking about this for years because we always get bombarded by questions like, hey, why you guys didn't accept my film, or why did this film won the award and not me? And it's like, listen, this year we actually broke the record. We actually have 507 films submitted this year.
Wow.
So that means that the people who came to the workshops, they applied it, they worked on their films, they got their critique, and then they did it and they shot their film. And now it's huge.
Now, out of 507, do you know how many actually got in?
Yes, we have over 200. We're still looking at the numbers right now, but so far, over 200 filmmakers are looking to come. Okay, so are looking to come, or how many films? There's 200 films.
Okay, yep. Okay. So basically, my point in getting at that was, I know you're going to be discouraged if your film didn't get accepted, but basically only 50% approximately were accepted to the festival. It's not like, you had 500 submissions and 498 got in, and you were one of two that didn't make it.
Right.
If your film didn't make it, it does not mean that it wasn't a good film.
Right.
Maybe it just wasn't a fit for the festival.
Right.
Maybe who knows, right? And this panel is going to try and help people to narrow down, how do I do a better job of getting my film into the festival for next year? Not only Sunscreen, but any of these festivals that you're talking about that are coming, right?
Right. Which is great.
How many different people are going to be on that panel? You said a lot of the Central Florida people. Is that 5, 6, 7 different festivals?
I want to say about 9 different festivals.
9 different festivals. Okay. Very cool. That's awesome. So I don't know if that kind of already answered my next question. I was going to ask, what's your favorite part of the festival? Is it those breakout kind of instructional parts?
For me, so in my department, I am the marketing director and also the festival director. So my main thing is it's making sure that the audience is having a good time. So I love the parties. And I love coming up with the themes and the locations. We actually just hired a brand new event coordinator. Her name is Caitlin Fergal.
Okay.
And she works for one of the top wedding coordinating departments in Tampa and the Central Florida area. And she does a really good job. Like last year, she came through and she helped us out. And this girl, she knows her craft when it comes down to designing a party. So with her, we just kind of tag team with her and gave her the direction on what to create. And honestly, the parties is where it's happening. Like literally over the last 3 or 4 years, I want to say each party has grown to, it used to be maybe 100 people show up at a party. Now we're grossing up to 300, 400, even 500 when it comes down to our award ceremony. So for me, my favorite part is the party, so I can get a chance to shake everyone's hands and network and talk and actually figure out what was the main thing that got people to actually come to the festival, and what was their reason of why they created their film. So at the parties, I get a chance to actually do that.
That's great. Now, the funny thing is, that's the one part of Sunscreen I haven't been to. I have not been to any of the parties. I can't remember why last year I was not able to make any of the parties. It was one of those things I wanted to be at it, and I just never got to one of the festivals. And let's see, we got some comments online here. Debbie Paulson, hey Debbie, how you doing? Good show. Heading over to sing. She's singing tonight. Nice. She says, "Take care, everyone." We will. Thanks, Debbie. And Zach says he wants a Sunscreen Film Festival pool party again this year. There was a pool party last year.
Yes.
I don't think I got invited to the pool party. Apparently, you're just a little nervous having this body in the pool party. You're like, everybody else going to be embarrassed, go home.
I got to work out with you, Zach.
Yeah.
He's a sharp looking guy. So
I know. That's why I'm getting ready to ban him from the show. He's not allowed to call in anymore. His name pops up. I'm like, Zach again. And
no, so we used to have this Cinema Splash. We partner up with a company called what was it? It was Cinema Squatch. Cinema Squatch used to be a kind of like a pop-up movie theater, and they will go to the parks. They will go to the pools at the hotels, and they will set up a giant screen, and they will play these cult classic films. And this series, basically, I kind of took over after Cinema Squatch had left, and it was a fan favorite, and a lot of people loved it. And we partner up with Epicurean Hotel. We were at the Holiday Hotel in St. Pete. Great opportunity to network and get a new crowd of people who have never really heard about Sunscreen, was to just throw a big pool party and watch a film.
Brilliant idea.
Right.
That's brilliant. I love that idea. I love pool parties. I mean, we live in Florida, right? I mean, that's the whole point of living here. So, yeah, that's great. That sounds like a great thing. Oh, now he's talking about the gym. Okay, you're done. Zach. There you go. I said you're going to get blocked. You're blocked now. So, all right. I kind of already got this, and I'm guessing maybe it's the uncles, but who are the main players involved in the festival?
So you have Tony Armour, who is the co-founder, and he's the president of Sunscreen. You have Doug Shearhart, which is the vice president, but he's also the programmer. You have Dade, which, director of education. You have myself, which is the festival director and host of the festival. You have Ben Daniele, who is the filmmaker exhibitors. So he's in charge of making sure that you're getting your hotels booked, your flights are being taken care of, and all your DCPs and your film files are getting delivered to Maxine, who is the techno director.
Okay, so DCP, because the whole point of this show is we have a lot of beginner actors. So DCP refers to like the file that you have to present it in order for it to be shown at the festival.
Yes,
okay.
It's a certain format that the theaters. This actually changed because all the theater systems have changed to digital. It used to be you can send in a DVD and then they just burn the DVD onto the system. It's no longer like that. You have to send a direct file so they can download it onto the platform.
See, I would have been one of those newbies going, Brian, I have no idea what a DCP is, but I was submitting my film on Civil War, America Divided, and everybody kept saying DCP, and I'm thinking, DCP, what on earth is DCP? And then unfortunately I had to figure out, you can't send it anywhere unless you have DCP. Yep. So there you go, DCP. It's the file format that you send it in. So and everybody's blowing up my phone right now. Don't call me during the middle of this show. Call the studio, and then you can talk to me live on set. Live in the studio. It is a set. That's true. So okay, so if people want to suck up, let's see, they got to call you or they got to call Tony or Dave or Ben or one of those guys. Those are the people to suck up to, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right, that's good. Everybody always wants to know, who's involved, who are the important people that I got to go talk to, So there
and
you're
actually a friend of some of our newcomer. We have Cameron Barlow.
Oh, yeah.
That guy is awesome. He's a great up-and-coming producer. I worked with him on a few projects as well, and he has a wealth of knowledge. He's a really cool dude, and he saved my butt in a lot of different things over the last couple of years. Working with sunscreen and very organized. He just knows how to get into the trenches and say, "Hey, I got that." Yeah, we need people like that on the team. So
he's really good. I actually was just talking to him the other day about a couple of different things, and he's like Lexi Baca. I say every time you walk on the set, Lexi is there. There isn't a camera rolling unless she's there. Cameron is kind of the same way. If you walk in, you're usually going to see Cam and Carly Lowland's probably there, and now okay, I'm on a real set. Yeah. If you see those guys there, and it's fantastic because they're so good for this area because they bring so much to the area. They help it to grow. We were talking yesterday. I was talking with Cam about the different incentives in the area and how we got to keep them going so that we keep productions coming into the area. Because I mean, that's the lifeblood of the film industry here is the local guys. Growing stuff, but also bringing in out-of-state people here. Because there's lots of great stuff that they want to shoot here. But we got to give them a reason to shoot here, right? It can't just be the beautiful beaches. We got to give them another reason and incentives and just having the right people in place. The people who know how to run a set properly.
And the thing is, though, so the main part about a festival is how can you get the message out there, right? So there's a lot of things that have to go into it. It's social media. It's also video and podcast, but also photography. So we also added a different element. Ryan Watson is our new media director, and we brought in people like Julian over here and Ryan Kern to elevate our photos. So when you think about a festival, it's not just the festival directors; it's everybody. You bring in people like Cameron, you bring in people like Julian and Ryan, and it's you have to have those elements to promote and to get to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do have to remember, though, that this is radio. So you're we got Julian over here, and everyone's like, who's he talking to? Who's this Julian character? The guy hanging out, lurking in the corner with the camera. You can't even see him on the camera. So who is Julian? Because he wouldn't come get in front of a microphone. Who's Julian?
So Julian is our social media photographer. He's been around the festival for at least 3 years now. And that's the thing about keeping fresh new blood around. And people that you can actually count on. He showed up literally just with a camera and say, "Hey, how can I help?" He's one of those guys.
You can't get rid of him.
And you can't get rid of him. He's one of those guys, the first one's there and the last one to leave. You know what I'm saying? This guy is one of those photographers that if you were struggling, he'll literally give his shirt off his back to give it to you to make sure that you're doing right. He puts himself before he does it for others.
He really wants you to take a lot of pictures of him. He is really buttering you out, man.
No, he's a good dude. He really is a good dude, and I'm happy to have him on the team. Same with Ryan Watson and Ryan Kern. Those are great guys.
Excellent. Okay. And before I forget, again, if you want to call in and ask Brian any questions about sunscreen, 727-441-3000 is the number to call into the studio. And when is the Sunscreen Film Festival?
So the Sunscreen Film Festival is April 25th to April 28th. It starts on a Thursday and it goes through Sunday.
Okay. And you have to go all 4 days, right?
If you really want to be a part of it, you don't want to miss out. Honestly, this year is so jam-packed. This year was the first year we actually had people calling in to want to be on the panel. And this has never happened before. Like, it's an amazing thing to over the last 4 years, we have generated over 40 million into St. Pete's revenue. Well, dealing with the economic of the film industry, bringing in films here, whether it's with hospitality, with the hotels and the restaurant, we've really done a great job with building the culture here. And that's why we're starting to get these bigger names calling us and saying, hey, how can I sit on a panel? We just got done finishing a film, and we want to talk to your people about how can you do this on a local level. And it's been great. It really has been great.
Wow, that actually brings up a point. You guys have not asked me to be on a panel. I'm a little bit offended. I don't even know why I had you in the studio today. You haven't asked me once to be on a panel. All right, you know what? Next week I'm calling you.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, how do I get on a panel, man? You guys freezing me out. All right, so if you can't make it all 4 days, then there are options for. So you can get a day pass. Can you go to just individual movies?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
that's it. Yeah, come on, expand.
So yes, you can go to Eventbrite and you can type in sunscreenfilmfestival.com, and you can go down there, and all the tickets are there, from day pass to just individual tickets for the different blocks. You can obviously, I will mention, hey, buy a VIP pass, because that gets you into all the parties and all the panels.
Probably gets you a nickname.
It gets you a nickname,
some extra drinks,
extra drinks, a cool little photo here and there.
Okay. Julian will take your picture.
Yeah, Julian will definitely take your picture.
All right, so the VIP pass, seriously though, that's for all 4 days.
All
that
4
gets
days.
You into everything.
Yes.
So that gets you panels, movies, parties,
yeah.
the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what are the parties? There's the award ceremony.
So we have the opening night party at Nova, and then we have the filmmakers party on Friday. That is going to be a theme party, and we're going to do a 70s Inferno disco night for that one. So you can dress up, you can come with your fro, your dancing shoes. I know you may not have your fro.
Yeah. I won't shave my head that night. I'll let it grow out a little bit.
Get your bell bottoms, get your dance shoes. It's really going to be a good time. This year, I actually worked with Caitlin and the bartenders to make special drinks throughout all of the events. This is something that is different from other film festivals. I really wanted to bring in more of the hospitality style to it. And at Nova, we have 2 drinks, which is a Paloma and a Lemon Drop. And we created these names. So the first one is called the Director's Cut.
Lemon Drop has been around for a while. You didn't create that name.
I didn't create the Lemon Drop, but the name for the Lemon Drop. So each drink has a particular name to it that is a filmmaker's name.
So the David Syracuse Lemon Drop?
There is one drink that we had one year that was called the De Niro, and
practically the same thing. David Syracuse and De Niro.
It was really cool. I think that one was the base of that one was gin. It was a couple years ago, but we have the Magic Hour, which is a Paloma. Okay. The Lemon Drop is the Director's Cut. And then we have the other ones called The Filmmaker. If you go to the restaurant at Social Roost in downtown St. Pete, which that is just an old fashioned.
Okay.
So it's a great thing. But we really wanted to make this a fun environment and something that is really cool and different. So creating this drink list for people to check out when they go to the parties and get ahead of it and say, hey, I would like to check this out and drink it. It gives a little bit of a buzz.
Gotcha. And I cut you off. So we got through 2 nights. Then the third night is.
The third night is the award ceremony.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. And the award ceremony this year is going to be at a very unique place. It's going to be at the James Museum.
Okay.
Yeah. The James Museum is a historical Western museum. And it talks about the history of the Native Americans and the cowboys.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
So it's very, very unique building.
Don't think I've been to that one
It's
before.
right off of Central towards, I think, Central and First, right next to the Hyatt Hotel.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. And then Sunday, is there something on Sunday?
So we don't have a party on Sunday, which me and Doug actually talked about this, and we were like, I think we should do some type of closing party.
I mean,
or
some
at least a
people probably
brunch.
have to go to work on Monday. So,
We're coming up with something, but as far as this year, we got the 3 main parties.
Thursday, Friday,
Friday, and Saturday.
So those are the party nights. Okay, that's good enough. We won't force you to have another one on Sunday. Not this year, at least.
Not this year.
Yeah, very good. Okay, and then I'm a business guy, so I always think that this is kind of important. Who are the main sponsors for sunscreen? Am I going to catch you off guard with that?
No.
Do you know?
So the main sponsor and our headline sponsor is St. Pete Clearwater Film Commission. Those are our main players.
Good. I love that. So Lisa at the St. Pete Clearwater Film Commission stepping up to do a sponsorship. That is wonderful. I love that because shows that the St. Pete Clearwater Film Commission is all these tongue twisters is caring about us and is trying to build the area,
build the infrastructure,
to get the film community not going but continuing here, because we've got the basis here. Just think we need to really just kind of build on it. I feel like it's got a long way to go, I think, in the area. We've got a lot of great stuff here, but we've got to keep building on it. It's like anything, it's never officially done building. You have to keep building on it to get it to grow more.
Right. And our official partner is Film Florida, the organization. So they support us every year. We are actually a member, as a festival member, on their committee, and it's so great to have them and support them. And they share all our posts on socials.
Oh, that's great. I feel as a business guy, I sponsor a lot of different things, and I always feel like the sponsors are a big part of what makes these things happen. Because if you don't have the sponsors, you can't do some of those parties. You can't fly certain people in that you want to get a big name or something. You can't do it unless you've got the sponsors, the money to kind of get everything going, to get the ball rolling. So I always like to make a point of getting those out there. So thank you very much to Film Florida and to the St. Pete Clearwater Film Commission. Okay. How about some big names that have been at the Sunscreen Film Festival in the past?
Oh, man. So Tony will like that I say this, but we had 1 year we had John Travolta.
Okay. Yes.
So
somebody just mentioned that to me the other day.
So we had him. We've had Martin Cove, who just came here to shoot A Taste of Love. Last year he actually brought his son that was in the movie.
Jesse Cove.
Yeah, Jesse Cove.
Yep.
So
that's funny. They were both on a Gunfighters deal too, which just recently shot here as well.
Yep.
So,
Yep. And then we had last year, we had Mitch Bell, who is the vice president of physical productions for Marvel. And that was a big one. That was probably one of our biggest guest speakers ever.
Okay. Wow.
He's such a great guy. He's an amazing dude, super down to earth. And, we had a video that we shot and we're going to promote it in April. It was called Sunscreen Backstage. And we actually had an interview with him. and he gave me this tip. He said, you got to be a good person in the industry, and you got to be nice. And he was like, your character is really going to reflect who you're going to become in this industry. In his position, he was a second unit director that came on Iron Man 3, and he was a replacement director on that. But when he got in and he was working the set, all the executive producers, they started to see how he was working. And they was like, this guy is good, because he was actually bringing in people to actually finish the work and help. And they're like, wow, we don't know who you are, and you're getting things done.
And you're a go-getter.
Yeah, he's a go-getter. And he was like, having that mentality and having that, work ethic is what got him to be the vice president.
That's amazing. Oh, what a great story.
Yeah, it was a great story.
That's funny. I actually saw that. I saw a picture of Martin Kove on the website today. So I had a feeling that you might mention him. And Kylie Nicole just put up a comment on Facebook Live, and she said, Dave, read this or I won't be friends with you anymore. So she said one of the films that's going to be there is The Pages of My Heart, Volume 2.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and she was in it, and she just wants everyone to know that. She's going to kill me because she said, don't read this aloud. So, of course, I had to read it. And then Amanda Cook just got on there. I always love it. Everybody gets on here, and, okay, well, she said hi to me first, but then she said, hi, Kylie. So everybody gets on here, and then they start talking to each other. I'm like, you're supposed to be talking to me, people. Or you're supposed to be calling into the show. But thanks for saying hi, Amanda. So I love the fact that we've got big Hollywood names coming to the area to be at the festival. And one of the questions I was going to ask, do we have anybody this year that's coming that we're allowed to say, to talk about, or?
It's in the works right now.
Okay, all right. So probably big things happening, but don't spoil things.
Yeah.
It's like, I could tell you, but then I have to kill you. So show up at Sunscreen and you'll see who will be there. And then I was also, just based on Kylie's comment there, I was going to ask, can you tell us any of the, I don't want to say big films, because then it makes it sound like some of the other films that you don't mention aren't big, but are there any films that you can mention right now that are going to be in the film festival that you would want to let people know that are coming?
Oh, yeah. So we just caught wind that the star and the directors of The Guru, which is a documentary that was produced by Lolly Productions out in St. Pete. They are bringing in this coach who was this bodybuilding guru. And he literally is he's like a superstar out there in the bodybuilding world. So we're bringing him in. Austin Spicer, they have a film that it's called it's called I Think I'm Fine. And it talks about, having, mental health issues and how to cope with them and how to fight through them. And we have Corn Dimmick. We have Kevin Sorbo's was also featured in that film as well. And the list goes on. I don't have the list all in front of me, but
right.
Yeah. And then the other film that we have is playing on Friday night, which is called Savage. And that was directed by Ryan Justice. And I'm also a co-star on that film. And I play a very bad guy in this film, but I can't give too much away of that movie. But it's basically about a military veteran that moves back to St. Pete to take care of his mother who is ill, and he's struggling. And his commander comes up to him to give him an idea about maybe we can get some more money in your pocket. But the job that they asked him to do is to be a getaway driver and a bank heist.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, actually, you don't know it, but I was a co-star in that movie as well. You might actually see my face for like a second or two in that film. I was an extra in that one.
Okay.
One night they were asking for extras. I'm like, yeah, I'll go down there. What studio was that shot at down in St. Pete? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, Justified Films. And we shot Coastal. Yeah,
Coastal.
Yeah,
Okay.
Coastal. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful facility down there.
Yeah.
Very nice. It's funny because I'm opening up a stunt academy here locally, and it's very nice. So Coastal is technically my competition, but I got to say, I was pretty jealous of their setup, man. It's a really
good.
sweet setup there. And, the nice thing about this industry, especially locally, I find is everybody really works together.
Right.
So, I know I'm going to lose a lot of business to Coastal, and there's a couple other ones around here that are really
you never
nice.
know. You never know.
But I'm fine with it because honestly, I don't expect to compete with them right out of the gate. I'm opening it up next week. They've been around for a long time. They got a beautiful studio.
Honestly, I'm okay. So I'm gonna interject on this. Know why? You know why I don't believe is a competition, because they are doing something completely unique and different. But you guys are doing something complete and unique that is different to this side of town. Let's think about it. Let's really, really talk about this. Who is really doing stunts in this area?
Well, nobody. That was why Kevin and I started talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like,
yeah, take that, Coastal. Yeah. We're doing something totally unique.
But there's really, here's the thing is, though, Coastal is in their own lane. You guys are in your own lane. And the thing is like, what you guys are about to do is so unique, and it's so needed, because we can't really. So think about it. Grady Bishop used to have one of the top and leading stunt schools in Orlando, and he took his business up to Atlanta. But then he's no longer here. He passed away due to a heart attack. And anybody who knows him in the stunt community locally in Florida, they all knew that he was the last person that was holding the stunt community together outside of Kevin Rigo. Yeah. And those guys up there at the Kahuna Stunts. So it's like, when you really think about it, what you guys are about to do is so fresh and so new, and it's definitely something that we needed. So, I mean, are
you people listening to this? Everybody should be showing up there on Monday.
Well,
this place is incredible.
Well, my thing is because I'm the action guy. Like, I love action.
Me too. Yep.
And that's what I want to be known as. And to now you guys are actually providing and you're filling in a void that was always needed in this area, because truth be told, the talent is here. It's in the Central Florida area.
Yeah.
And it's right in the Tampa Bay metro area, St. Pete, Clearwater, Tampa. We all know it. And what you guys are about to do and what you're experiencing, I'm already getting phone calls and texts saying, hey, how can I get involved with those guys? I really want to do a class there. I want to teach there. You guys, like, just stay in your lane and just, like, understand that you got
we're crashing into Coastal. We're crashing right into your lane. No. There really are so many great facilities in this area that I'm starting to realize that.
Right.
Because when I first got doing this show, I at that time really didn't know that there were that many here, and I've found a couple of more along the way, and they really are good. So in all seriousness, I agree 100%.
Right.
I do think we're competition for each other, but we're not competition for each other. And I mean, there's plenty of business if we continue, like we were talking about earlier, growing this market the way we should. There are plenty of productions that are coming to town that, everybody can do very well, obviously, because there's already a couple of really nice production studios here. There's I don't know why there's Blue Water Media, there's Coastal, there's
Lightwave Media.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of good ones out here, and we're not trying to compete with them. It's a totally different thing, but it's nice that we can all work together in this area, and everybody can get different productions and really grow.
The table is big enough for everyone to eat.
Yeah, it's like successful. It's like Sunscreen is not the only film festival. There's the Fair Fame Film Festival. There's OIF. There's TIAF. There's the Dunedin International Film Festival. There's a lot of film festivals because there's a lot of great films being produced here, and people want to be in those film festivals.
And speaking on that, I definitely want to say this on air, and we've always talked behind the curtain basically about this, but there is no who's better, St. Pete or Gasparilla. Literally, we're not doing that. You know, it's one of those things.
But before you came on, you said sunscreen's so much better than all those other film festivals. You said it right to me. I got you on tape.
No, but truthfully, I told Tyler this. I said, I think this was like 2 years ago. I said, I'm looking at the structure of this community, and I really believe that Gasparilla and sunscreen are literally the pillar of what the industry is needing in this area, because you have sunscreen that focus on a particular, audience, and then you have Gasparilla that focus on a particular audience. But at the same time, what is the main message? It is encouraging people to chase after their dreams and get the job done so we can all grow. And that's our mission.
Okay, but you did the same thing I said earlier. You can't just gloss over. We got lots of newbies here. Tyler is the film commissioner.
Tyler is the film commissioner of Film Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Tyler's last name?
Tyler McNolich.
Okay, there we go. See, for the newbies there, you gotta give all
Tyler
this stuff,
McNolich.
because people are going to say, "Oh, he's talking about Tyler. Who's Tyler?
Who's Tyler?
I've never heard of this guy before." Actually, I was on set last week. Something that Cookie Reyes, my business partner, was doing over in Tampa, and I haven't met Tyler in person. If I have, I apologize, Tyler. I forgot. I'm terrible with names and faces, but. He showed up like 10 minutes after I left set. I said, man, because I wanted to meet him and say hi, because I haven't gotten a chance to really talk to him in person. I actually emailed him about something, though, and he emailed me back. Super nice guy. Instead of just replying back, "Hey, Dave, this isn't our thing," he gave me all sorts of information, said, "Here's where you want to go." Great guy, really nice guy. So it's nice. We got Lisa in Clearwater, St. Pete. We got Tyler in Tampa. They both do a great job. So, okay, so some of the blocks that I'm looking forward to here, we're kind of running up on time here. So I got my 4-day pass already. I actually got it today because I'm late about getting everything. But I finally got around to it today.
Yeah, this year you definitely don't want to be late, because I have a feeling it's gonna be packed.
That's great. So some of the blocks I'm looking forward to, you got AI in filmmaking. I thought that one looked really cool. Acting workshop from audition to action, because I need a lot of help with both of those things. Finance and distribution. Everybody always wants to know, where do you get the money? And then I find even worse is, after you've got the movie made, how do you get this thing distributed? So I will definitely be sitting at that one. And then I think this is the one that one of the two you were talking about, film commissions, a filmmaker's best friend. That's going to have Lisa. I always have trouble with the French name. Lisa Doha.
Yes.
Yes. The St. Pete Clearwater commissioner. Tony Armour, who's now the Dallas commissioner, former St. Pete Clearwater commissioner. Tyler Martinolik. I'm terrible with names.
I pronounce it McNolich.
We're gonna say Tyler M. Tyler from the Tampa Commission, and so I'm very excited to see that one. I think that one looks like it'll be really cool. And they also have, I think there were 2 or 3 other film commissioners. There was a young lady from I think Baton Rouge last year. Yes. Yeah, she was really good. I liked her. And then I saw someone from Germany, I think, in there, or somebody international. So that should be cool. And then this one that you mentioned earlier, behind the scenes of a film festival. How do I get my film in? And that one's open to the public, right?
Yes,
you don't need a pass. So that's pretty cool. All right. So real quick, just coming down to last couple of minutes here. Have any of the nominations been announced yet?
No, we're still working on that. We actually have a separate judge committee that is working and looking at film. So we should be getting that by the maybe second week in April.
Okay. All right. So be looking out for that. Anything else that you want to throw out here last minute or two? Any shout outs to anybody? Any other things?
No, other than this year is really going to be an awesome year. I really encourage anybody who is looking to get into filmmaking to just show up and come and experience something that is great for the community. Don't be afraid. Our slogan is that we are filmmakers that created a festival for filmmakers. And we understand how hard it is to get a film made. And we really want people to understand. It's like, hey, we understand, like, if you didn't make it this year, like, get back out there and try again. I mean, a lot of us, we work for a festival and we talk to other festival directors in other locations, and sometimes our work still gets, rejected. So we understand. Did it hurt when we're looking at a friend and we're like, oh man, like, we got to be fair.
Absolutely.
So I just really want to encourage everybody to, everyone to come out and support your local friends and your local filmmakers and just have a good time.
That's great. And the show is about becoming an actor. And I love that you said for new people that want to get into this industry. That's what I'm always talking about on this show. And that is true. Sunscreen Film Festival would be a great place for you to come out to if you are looking to get into this industry. Don't think that if you are not in the industry, you can't come to the film festival.
Right. Also, too, I wanted to put out my own company out there, which is Big B Studios, and
I'm sorry, we've run out of time. No, I'm sorry. Big B Studios.
Yeah, Big B Studios. We work with the stunt performers. I come in as an assistant stunt coordinator. That's why I really want to talk with you and talk with Kevin. Maybe get some more training and some teaching on that, because I really want to make sure that our stunts are safe and we're doing it properly. And that's been my whole wheelhouse for almost my whole entire film career. I've been doing martial arts ever since I was 17. I picked up a camera when I was 17 and hit the ground running. So
that is fantastic.
Check out Big B Studios.
Big B Studios. Okay, we'll check that out. All right. And speaking of stunts, so a couple of minutes ago here, this week, don't forget, if you're coming out to the K75 Stunt Academy, this week is free. I got right here in my hand, we got a flyer for it. We got a little calendar on the back here. So the open gym will be Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon. Free any day that you want to show up. Show up every day if you want. The actual stunt training will be 6 to 8 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then we'll have open gym also in the evening as well. Check us out on Facebook, and you can find out all about what we're going to be doing there. The address is 614 Pinellas Street. So we're right on the Pinellas Trail. Anybody that's out there running or biking, I'm probably going to jump out and tackle you at some point and try and drag you into our academy. We're right down the street from Morton Plant Hospital. Very easy to find. It's a big peachy warehouse building. I'm colorblind, so I had no idea it was peachy, but apparently it's peachy. It's 7,500 square feet. We're putting the finishing touches on it right now. It's really cool. I was there all day today. They were building the place, putting up the walls and everything. So this week, it is free all week, starting on Monday. And then don't forget, the following week, if you come out for the first 3 months, it's only $100 a month for all the classes, $100 a month for the first 6 months. If you come out month 4 through 6, then it goes to $150 a month. And then after 6 months, it goes to the normal rate, which is $200 a month for all the classes, all the open gym that you want. We'll have some exercise equipment in there for you, the whole thing. Drop-in classes, $50 a class. And if anyone wants to teach a class out there, if you're doing yoga, karate, boxing, CrossFit, anything like that, and you want a place to host, you're more than welcome to come out and do a class at the studio. Just reach out to us. You can reach out to 813-267-4087 for me, or you can reach out to us at K75stuntacademy@gmail.com. Next week, Musetta Vander, do not miss out.
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
Race is particularly important.
Afghanistan withdrawal hearing.
That is a strategic failure.
This is the CBS World News Roundup Late Edition. I'm Jennifer Kuiper. One day after Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito extended the ban on a Texas immigration law, the court has now lifted its stay, giving Texas police broad powers to arrest people suspected of crossing the border illegally. CBS's Allison Keyes.
The Biden administration had sued to block the Texas law, saying it violated federal law and interferes with the government's power to regulate immigration.